How's it going? I'm Anthony Compoli.
Doing good. How are you?
Good, nice to meet you. So what brings you in here today?
I believe that I should get out of this. I should be relieved from this abuse and drug abuse and alcohol abuse service. I believe I have taken the proper steps to becoming rehabilitated.
Okay. How does your family feel about you leaving the program?
They are very supportive. Everyone from my wife and kids to my mother and other family members that know about the situation, they all believe that everyone deserves a second chance, and I have reached the potential of having a second chance. So they believe that they are supporting me, and they believe that I deserve a second chance.
Okay. So they're very important to you, and you want to make sure that they know that you're trying to get your life back on track.
Exactly.
They're very supportive.
And I do not want to disappoint them. They mean everything to me, and the fact that they're supporting me means the world to me, especially something as rough as this.
Right. It's a second chance to prove yourself.
Yes, of course.
Okay. Say for instance, a couple buddies come over and they're like, hey, let's go out for a drink. So you go out for a drink. How do you feel you would handle that?
I feel like I would handle it well. If it was back when I was abusing it and stuff like that, I'd probably be taking shots after shots and getting wasted and whatever. But now I feel like I can control myself, have like 1 or 2 beers, and that's it. I can cut off by myself because I don't want to, looking back to what I used to be, I guess, I don't want to reach that point again.
So the way you used to be is enough motivation for you to cut yourself off when necessary.
Exactly. I don't want to, I don't want to be that same person that comes back home drunk, that needs a DD or a friend to like pick me up, and
Right.
basically have him judge me and say, what is he doing with his life?
Okay. This also says that you had problems with drugs in the past as well. Say, same thing, you went out with a couple drinks and someone comes up with drugs, how would that affect you? Like they offered you drugs.
Well, I would say the same thing as what I'd said for alcohol. Like I said, I would probably, if it was like 10 months ago me, I would say, yes, let's do it. But now, as I'm reflecting to what I used to do, it was like a lesson learned. So if a friend came up to me, I would say, no, it's not for me anymore. It's not what I do. I'm moving on, and I don't need drugs or alcohol to continue living life or doing activities or even just hanging out with friends. I do not need those two stuff. Being sober is just as fine, even better actually.
So you feel that if someone tried to peer pressure you, you wouldn't ever give in?
Exactly. I feel like I have the courage and the willpower to say no. And whether they understand it or not, it doesn't matter because it's something that I'm doing for me and for my family.
Say if someone offered you drugs and they got mad, like your friend, good friend of yours, and they got mad that you weren't taking these drugs, how would that bother you?
It would bother me in the fact that my friend wouldn't understand where I'm coming from. And it would probably make me a little upset, but it would not break the no that I will say because, like I said, it's a second chance, something that I do not want to go back to, reflecting and all that. So I do not want to go back, and I'd rather lose a friend rather than doing drugs with him and having him peer pressure me and going back to where I was.
So you would be more upset about him not understanding than losing the friend?
Yes, because I feel like everyone should understand that if you're going through something and now you're trying to move on from that you should give the person all the support in the world rather than trying to bring them back to where they started.
Okay. Good. So outside of here, what activities do you do to like keep your mind off of doing all these bad things?
Well, for self activities, I go for a run. I run around the block 3, 4 times, and then 3 to 4 times a week, I go to the gym and I lift. It's really good because I feel like it's just relieving stress and relieving all the anger and stuff that I had, and now it's just like it's something positive, motivative, and I could even say a therapy for myself.
So you feel that the working out is replacing the drugs and alcohol.
Yes.
So
And
instead of doing these drugs and alcohol, you just go, you lift, you run, and that's a whole new, almost high for you.
yes, and I feel like it's something that I made a negative turn into a positive.
Um, so your coworkers, how do they see you now?
They see a guy, or from what one of my coworkers told me, they see a guy that has moved on, has made better of himself, and took a second chance and capitalized on it. There are people. They told me that there are people that they've seen that has gone through a situation like this, and they end up back in the same hole that they were in. But they currently see me as the person that dug themselves out of the hole and is moving forward, and they're very supportive. That they're just as supportive as my family and wife and kids, and they're helping me with whatever I need. There were a few coworkers that say, "Hey, come watch the football game with us. We'll have food at our place," and that's it.
So they feel that out of the times they've seen someone hit rock bottom, that most of the time they just stay there, but they feel that you are actually climbing right back up.
Yes, and they feel like I'm going back to a healthy person, a person that can actually overcome something like this.
Good, good. Um, so, leaving rehab can be very dangerous, and you obviously know this. The temptation is out there. So you feel that leaving therapy, that you can resist all temptation, and you'll be back to your old ways and good ways, as I should say.
Yes.
As long as you have a strong supportive group like your coworkers, your family.
Yes. I absolutely can say that, yes.
So you feel that you're definitely ready to move on with your life.
Yes, definitely. And show that I deserve a second chance.
Okay, sounds good. I'll bring all this information that I acquired from you to the judge, and we'll make a decision. But it sounds like you're ready to move on with your life.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice meeting you.
Likewise.